my crafty friends, and welcome to another card making ideas video featuring colourful paper scraps. So today I've chosen some bluey greens or greeny blues. These are larger scraps. Obviously I've used a hexagon punch to punch some shapes from those. Don't know what this one's left over from, and this one I ended up tearing as I pulled it out of the paper pad. I'm going to turn each of these paper scraps into a DIY pattern paper. And to start with, I've got my lightest colour paper scraps, Peacock Feathers Distress Oxide. I've squirted it with water to make it runny, and I'm going to smush on this with my smusher. If you want to know how to make a smusher, there is a video linked below. This particular paper has a bit of resistance to it. The ink doesn't soak in straight away, but that gives it a really interesting texture. I'm now going to blow dry this though. And I'm going to add another layer of peacock feathers on top of that, just to intensify it, increase the visual texture, and I'll blow dry that again. Very happy with that, a nice bit of smushing. I want each of these DIY pattern papers to look different from each other, not just in their colour, but in the way that I treat them. So this one I'm going to spatter, and I'm going to start by spattering it with a similar colour to the background, and I'll dry that. Now I'm going to spatter on some gold as a contrasting colour. So this one is going to be a splattery background, just splatters. Very shimmery, very shiny. So that's what we've got so far. Now I'm going to do this bluey green. I've cut it down a bit to put it on my grip mat, and so that I can get this stencil to stick onto the grip mat too. And I'm going to blend through the stencil. I think with broken china, I think it will show up. And the pattern is slightly larger than the speckles, so it's sort of increasing in size. I'll just test it down here. Yep, that shows up nicely. So I'll cover the whole thing in broken china. Yep, that's looking good. I don't want to waste the ink that's on this stencil. So I've got a piece of smooth white card there. I'm going to put that on there like that. Pop some scrap paper over it and give it a good press down. And then we have a nice watercolory pattern that's going to go in my box of backgrounds and bits. So on this next one, which is a greeny blue, I'd say, I'm going to stamp using this sewing pattern stamp. I think it's from Indigo Blue, and I'm going to heat emboss it. So I'll treat the paper with talcum powder to remove moisture static and oily fingerprints. I'll ink up the stamp with Versamark sticky embossing ink, and I'll press that down onto the back of there like that. And I want something quite contrasting, so I'm going to sprinkle over some superfine opaque bright white superfine embossing powder from Wow. So that's melted, cooled and set, looking quite striking. So my final piece is this lighter greeny blue. And I've got broken china, no, Uncharted Mariner, which is a nice dark greeny blue. I'm going to ink up the raised pattern of this embossing folder, but I'm not going to run it through my die cutting machine. I'm going to mist it with water to activate that ink. I'll lay this on top, put a bit of scrap paper on and press it down, and just give that wet ink a moment to transfer. So now I've got some nice dark watercolory blobs, so I'll give that a dry. So there we have 5 really quick and easy DIY pattern papers. And now I'm going to use this die to cut out lots of squares. So there we have all our squares. I've got 12 of each. I've also got the frames left over, so they might come in useful one day. So I've cut myself a 5-inch wide piece of smooth white card. And I popped it in my scoreboard, pushed it right down to that edge. And I'm going to use it to help me line up my squares to make sure They're all nice and level. I'm going to alternate them. And I'm going to go up the side as well. Make sure they're pressed up against this edge. That one next. So each row starts with a different one in the same order as that one. Now I'm going to fill in the rest. If you haven't got a die like the one I use that cuts out lots of squares in one go, you could always use a square punch, or you could use a trimmer or a guillotine. These are 1 inch by 1 inch, so that'd be fairly easy to do. And I'm going to keep going up the card until I've used up all my squares. Right, there we have all of those squares on my bit of card. I did have to add a little strip of card behind the end ones because the A4 piece wasn't quite long enough for 12 inches of squares. But I'm really pleased with that. I love the colours, the patterns, the contrast, the light, the dark, the shimmer, the shine. I'm going to let this dry now because I don't want the glue squirting out in my die cutting machine, but then I will die cut some shapes from it. The first thing I'm going to do is take a chunk off the end. It's really easy just to slice down that line. So that's 3 by 5 inches. I've got a 4 by 6 inch card blank here. And I want to do one of my favourite designs. And that is to have a panel kind of swinging in from the side. And you've just got to get it in the right place so you've got no cards sticking out here and here. So I'll put tape runner on the back of that and give it a good press down, and then I can cut off the overhang. One of the corners needs a little bit of glue under it, I think, so I'll put some high-tack white glue on my spatula, my glue spreader, and just press it down there. And that's now ready for a sentiment and maybe a die cut. Not sure if it needs it, we'll see. So I'm thinking for this next one of creating a patchwork star. I'm going to stick the die here with the 2 points touching the bottom edge, so the squares are straight. I'm going to have a little bit coming off because I want to have the star hanging off my card a bit. I'll chop this out, saving as much as I can so I can cut more things out. So that's die cut through really well. And I think I use glue for this one as it's got pointy bits that are hard to get the tape runner into. And that, actually, go down a tiny bit. And there we go, our star is on our card. For this next one, I'm going to do a stitched banner, but I want to make sure it's symmetrical. So I'm going to line this up with the middle of a row. That's going to go in the middle. I've got the card upside down at the moment because I just want to push that bit down so it's level with the top of the card. There you go. So for this next one, I'm going to cut a tag. Again, I want it symmetrical. So I've got this line running down the middle. And I want to cut into this square and this square so it looks like it's part of a bigger piece. And while I've got the tag dies out, I'm going to get as many tags out of these as possible. So I've got 5 tags. I'm thinking something like that. So I want to use my rule of thirds acetate grid to place that on that third line there, that centre line. Just make sure that's roughly in the right place, yeah. And use my T-square ruler to make sure it's on straight. And I'll just glue the others on. Whoops. I'll give those a moment to stick firmly and then I'll cut off the overhang. I'm thinking I need a tiny little bit of tag there. Fortunately, I've got this little bit left over from chopping this off. So I think that will work. So I'm thinking these really just need sentiments. I don't think they need any die cuts, any more embellishing. And I've been through one of my sentiment boxes, and these are all cardstock sentiments left over from scrapbooking collections. As we've got gold, I've chosen gold ones, and I'm going to stick them on, but I'm going to put them on with foam tape. Right, I'm going to pop this one on here a third of the way up, but in the middle. This can go right in the middle of the star. Right, I'm thinking I want some splatters on this, but not on the star. So I've hand cut a bit of copy paper to mask it off. And I've got that same gold that I spattered on the cardstock with. Just add a few spatters around the edge of the star. This one can go a third of the way down in the middle. And this one a third of the way up in the middle. So I think these are done. I'm happy with them. I'm not going to add anything else. Really like the patchwork background. Before you go, I thought I'd show you some more cards that I've made with a different colour scheme, but using the whole square scraps thing. And instead of putting them all on one big piece and cutting them down, I put them on individually onto the cards. So there are 5 different types of background. There was a dark orange that I stamped on in black with a linen textured stamp. A light orange that I stamped on with embossing ink and heat embossed with white embossing powder. There's a bright orange one that I stenciled on with squeezed lemonade, so it's got a very subtle pattern on it. There's a bright yellow that I spattered with copper metallic watercolour. And a more muted yellow that I smushed on with Spice Marmalade Distress Oxide. So on this one, I made a grid 3x4 in the middle of a 5x7 inch card blank. This is a 4x6 inch card blank, and I did 2 rows on the right hand side. So you've got half the card with pattern and half without. This one just has a single row over to the left hand side, so I think this would need some significant embellishing as well as a sentiment. With this one, I rotated the squares so they're in a diamond orientation, and I covered the right hand side of the card. So we've got some nice empty white space here. I think that one could get away with just having a sentiment. It's very windy here today, so I hope you don't mind the sound of the breeze. And for these last 2, I ran out of this square, so I just used the remaining colours. So they've got a much kind of lighter, brighter feel than with these dark ones. And I put 3x3 in the middle of a 6x6 inch card blank, and I ran some in a row here. This is a symmetrical pattern. Got one in the middle, and then these 2 either side, and then those 2 either side. And that's it for today. That's all my cards made. Lots of scraps busted. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope it's given you some ideas, and I hope to see you back here very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.